spring roundup time that I received word that Jeff Giffen, an old buffalo hunter and an old friend, was dying, and he wanted to see me.
Someone's to door. What you come for?
Well, I came to see Jess. Is he...
Not yet, but he's fixing to. You a friend of his?
Yes, ma'am. He sent for me. My name's Vint Bonner.
So you're him. Well, come on in. It's the one he was asking about.
Sure took you long enough to get here. Get! Sit down. Wailing banshees, a whole lot of them.
Jess, you don't look too bad.
I'm through. I know it.
Now, that's no way to talk, Jess.
Well, it's truth. For myself, I don't mind going. I've lived long enough. But having to leave Mercyday all alone, that's what's troubling me. Vint, I gotta be sure that she's taken proper care of.
Well, that's only natural.
I figure that you're the one to see she gets it.
Oh, you mean you want me to take her to one of her relatives?
She ain't got no relatives. Not even kissing kin.
Well, Jess, you can't mean that you want me to...
I already told her. If she don't want to wind up like the rest of the women around here, she's got to get out of the mountains. Yeah, Vint, open that. There's $28 in there. She ain't never had no education. Ain't never even had a chance to learn manners. And I gotta see that she gets it.
But, well, for Pete's sake, why did you pick on me?
Do you know anybody else that I can trust my daughter with?
Well...
Good.
Well, the day after Jess's funeral, I rode out to get Mercyday and take her on to Clay City.
If it wasn't her poor pa's dying wish, we wouldn't allow you to do this. Oh, you poor thing. My heart bleeds for you. No matter what your pa said, remember, he's a man.
Well, Mercyday, you ready?
Yep. Stove fire's out and cabin shut solid.
What's this?
Pappy said I was always to heat my gun.
Oh, well, you won't be needing it where we're going. It's all right. Will you? How about your clothes?
This here's all I got was fitting.
Well, we'll get you some new ones in town.
Huh?
Let's go.
My pappy said I was to jump when you say frog, and I aim to. But, what about Jub?
Jub?
Jub Buckstar. Well, he's going to be wondering what became of me.
Well, your pappy didn't say anything about any Jub. So if he wasn't worried about it, I don't guess I should be. Come on.
You take good care of her. You hear?
Yes, ma'am. Took 2 days to get to town, and now that we were here, I was wondering what I was going to do with her. And then it came to me. Rolly Akins might be the answer to the whole thing. I knew Rolly had taken in a lot of gals in her time. Of course, I don't hardly believe none of them were as dirty as this one. Still, if I was going to find someone to teach to act like a lady, I didn't have much choice. Mercyday, let it alone. I'm sorry, miss.
Of a place like this before.
Oh, it's not as bad as it looks.
It's like a real fairy castle.
Yeah. Mercyday. You stay right here. I'll be back.
Pleasure me. Howdy.
Why, I declare, it can talk. Why, it must be human.
Rolly.
Vin, how are you?
Fine, thanks. How are you?
Fine.
Look, you see that girl over there? Well, I want you to take her over and...
Oh, now, Vint, you know I'd do almost anything for you, but
Rolly, look. I promised her pappy on his deathbed I'd do what I could. Now help me out, will you?
Are you sure that's a girl?
Come on, take a closer look. Mercyday, this is Miss Rolly Akins.
Ma'am?
She's gonna make a lady out of you like your pappy wanted.
Let's take a look at you, honey. Well, there really is a girl under all that dirt.
You think you can do something?
I'll give it a try. You go on over there, honey. We got work to do.
It's all right, Mercyday. I'll be over.
First time there's any trouble, Vint, out she goes.
There won't be any trouble. She's as gentle as a lamb.
Now give me the rest of them.
No, my pappy said for me to... Ow!
Don't argue with me, gal.
Give me my clothes back!
Phew. Burn 'em. Well,
25, gentlemen.
It's up to you, Vin. Oh.
Now, Mo, stop it! You gotta get clean! No! No! Cut it out! You let me go!
What in tarnation?
Now, Mo, stop it! You gotta get clean!
Woman's been murdered. Rolly! Mercyday!
Get away!
What's going on in there?
No! Stop it! No! Get away! No! Stop it!
Rolly! Come on, Vin. We'll break the door down. Hold it. Rolly, answer me!
You gotta get clean!
what do you want? What? Vint, you can't come in here.
You leave me alone! I need to have no film it! You gotta get clean, Mercyday!
You men can't come in here. Come on now. You got no business in here. Get out! Come on, out! You two get out!
Oh, Mercy, stop it! Let me go!
All right, gal. Water won't hurt you, but what I'm about to do will.
Morning, Rolly.
Oh, good morning, Vince. Sit down and have some breakfast. You haven't eaten yet, have you?
No, didn't get much sleep either.
Neither did we. We've been up all night working on that friend of yours.
Oh?
You ready, gal? Well, come on out.
Yes, sir.
Are you going to pose there all day? Come out where Mr. Bonner can see you.
Yes, sir.
It's the shoes.
It's going to take her a little time to get used to them, Vince. All right, honey, you can take them off.
I got a water blister for sure.
Well, sit down. And don't forget the manners I taught you.
Smell me. Ain't that something?
That's something.
Ain't never used no stuff like that before, except maybe some crushed mint here and there.
Well, how do you like being dressed up in a fine dress like that?
Oh, I like it fine. Except maybe Jub would think it was putting on.
Jub, who's he?
Oh, some mountain pup she left back there.
Mercyday!
Mercyday, put it down.
But I'm hungry.
Well, you don't do it that way. Here, take this and this and no. That there.
Hey, you. Put my mule up for me, you hear?
Yes, sir.
Wait a minute. You hear tell of a man named Vint Bonner?
Vint Bonner? Sure. You probably find him over at Raleigh's place. He a friend of yours?
Stole my woman. It's the last one he'll ever steal. I'm looking for a slick-talking, woman-stealing man named Bonner.
Get Bonner, quick.
Dragon whiskey.
Mercyday, I think we've got company.
Company? To see me? Jub Buckstar?
That's who it's got to be.
Jub come all that way? For me?
You. You point this Bonner out to me. You don't.
You asking for me?
You be Vint Bonner?
That's right.
You stole my woman.
I'm not going to draw on you, Jeb. I didn't steal Mercyday or any other woman. Her paw asked me to look out for her.
I don't think now's the time to go out there.
But I want to see him.
No, please.
Go on me!
Mercyday, what they done to you?
Put Mr. Bonner down.
Don't say I didn't warn you. You should have told him you was taking me. I knew he wouldn't like me changed.
It's all right. He whooped me fair. You can have your unnatural painted woman, Mr. Bonner, wearing fancy dress and shoes, but you can't change what's inside you. You can't never do that. No more than you can grow corn on the desert.
John? John!
I just can't figure out why old Jess ever sent her down here. A woman like that belongs in the mountains.
She ought to have a chance to better herself.
Better herself? Ha! All that paint. She was pretty before. Real pretty.
Well, she did say you wouldn't like her changed.
She did? She told you about me?
More than once.
Well, sure wish I'd been there when old Jess took sick. Things have been a lot different.
You've got a nerve. Let her see Buckstar alone indeed. After all the work I did on that girl, why, the man is dangerous. He's a brute.
But Raleigh, look.
I know she acts like she wants to see him. But that's because he's got her buffaloed. She's scared to death of him.
That's right, Vint. Man like Buckstar sure wouldn't want no daughter of mine to have anything to do with a man like that.
Now listen to me, both of you. He's not as bad as all that.
Oh, no?
No, and besides, he talks some sense.
Like what?
Well, like corn doesn't grow in the desert.
Now, you listen to me. Her pappy wanted her out of the mountains, and it's your job to see that she stays out. You made a promise, didn't you?
Well, yeah.
That settles it, Sheriff. You do your duty. You go tell Buckstar to get out of town and make it quick.
Now, Sheriff.
You stay here.
Banshees.
What?
The old man was right. So right.
Come in.
Hello there, Mercyday. I just dropped by to say that...
To say your goodbye to me. Heard you was leaving in the morning to take a job over to Little Falls.
Well, it won't be forever. I'll be stopping by from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
Sure look mighty fine in that outfit.
It's a chore to me, Mr. Bonner. All of it is. Even to filling up my lungs. But I'll stick to it, though. Long as I got nothing better to do.
Mercyday, I think your pappy'd be mighty proud of you.
Come in.
Buckstar stole Mercyday. We've got to get her back. Hurry up, come on, get your pants on.
Look, would you let loose of it? I'll go with you, but get out of here while I do get my pants on.
Oh, well, hurry up.
Buckstar, you might as well give up. Can't get away with it.
That's right, Jub. And it's all my fault.
It ain't your fault, Mercyday. It's your pappy's.
Stop shooting into there, Lute. You'll be getting that girl.
Well, how else are we going to get him out? We can't go around to the back.
Can't get out that way neither. It's locked tight.
What are you doing? Why don't you send these men home?
We ain't gonna let no child stealer get away in this town, Bonner.
How do you know he stole her?
He's got her, ain't he?
And no woman would go with something like him of her own free will.
That's for certain.
Look, did anybody bother to ask Mercyday?
Well, no, but where you going?
I'm going to do something that should have been done a long time ago. I'm going to ask Mercyday how she feels about this.
Where you going? Dick, come back, you darn fool!
Jim! Spit Bonner, I want to talk to you.
Let him come in, Jub.
Now look, Jub, Mercyday, I want to help you two, but if this keeps up, somebody's liable to get hurt, bad.
They started it, Mr. Bonner. I don't want to shoot nobody.
We just come in here to get my donkey, and that Mr. Luke started yelling and shooting, and he could do no more than just shoot back.
Mercyday, I got to ask you something, and I want you to answer me, for true.
Yes, sir.
Do you want to go away with Jub?
Yes, sir. Going home where I belong. His Packy's gonna marry us. I wasn't sure of Jub before I left home, no more than he was of me, but after he come all that way, and he'd done what he'd done to get me, I'm sure. I'm real sure.
Well, that's good enough for me. Now you stay here, both of you.
You can convince me of a lot of things, Vint, but you'll never get me to believe she's going with that brute because she loves him.
All right. Mercyday! Mercyday, come on out here.
It's all right. He told him.
Mercyday! Mercyday, come here. Look, they won't believe me. They want to hear it from you yourself, so tell them.
Well, there ain't no other man that could fill my heart. And as for the rest of it, I'm mighty thankful to y'all for what you've done. But I know I'm going to be happy at home now, because I'll be with my man.
Well, that ought to settle it. Jub, get her mule.
And just when she was learning how to wear shoes.
Out in the Malpais, the Badlands, you have to take a man on faith. A lawman, Sheriff Anse Newton, had told me he needed help, so I trailed along to give him a hand. He was looking for a couple of horse thieves, 2 Mexicans. We had tracked them since sunup the day before, and the trail was turning cold again.
Any sign of them?
Not a sign. It's more an Indian couldn't track them in this kind of country.
I think I know where they're headed.
Well, if you do, let's get going. It's going to be dark soon.
Firing high.
behind that flat top boulder. We'll smoke him out in a hurry.
Something funny about this. He's still firing high. He's not even trying to hit us. Looks to me like he's covering for somebody else.
Vete! Vete!
There he goes. It's like I figured. He's got too big a lead for us to catch him, too.
Why, that dirty...
What was that, target practice?
Señores, for the love of God! Señores, do not shoot!
Anyway, we cornered the other one.
I give myself up. Please listen to me.
We're listening! Talk!
My horse is played out. I cannot go on. I surrender myself.
Throw your gun out.
Thank you, senor. Thank you.
Now, come out with your hands up.
Sure, Dios mío.
Come a little closer, boy. That's it. Keep it coming. Keep coming.
Shoot him for? He was coming in, I told him.
Yeah, you can't trust any of them, not even a dead one. Anyhow, it's the other one I want.
Newton, what kind of a sheriff are you?
I do my job, that's all. What's wrong, Potter? Country too tough for you? Maybe you'd just like to turn in your deputy badge and quit. I won't need your help anymore anyway.
I think I'll keep it. Just to make sure the other one gets in alive.
Had enough, Bonner? All ready to quit now?
We haven't seen one footprint since yesterday.
I tell you, these people are homing pigeons. He'll be there. Come on. His brother and sister run a sheep outfit down there.
How do you want to handle this, Newton?
Well, Lupe's folks know me, but you're a stranger and Lupe's never seen you. You ride in and scout the layout while I wait here.
How'll I know this Lupe when I see him?
Here.
Print's all torn off the bottom.
Ah, you can't miss it. Lupe Sandoval.
Then what?
You ride back here and report. And don't get too tender-hearted, huh?
Buenos dias, señorita.
I speak English. What is it you wish?
Well, I was on my way to Hondo, but I seem to have lost my way. I thought maybe someone here could put me straight.
Hondo? You must take the left boat back at the mesa. It is about 30 miles.
Foolish thing to do. Nice place you have here. Must be a little lonesome this far away from town, though.
We keep busy for that, my brother and I. That is Jose now. He is not very well.
Is there anything I could do to help?
No, there is nothing, but thank you, senor.
Little rough all the way out here with a sick man on your hands.
I've cared for sick sheep and sick men many times before.
Well, I'll move along then. Long way to supper time. Would you mind if I watered my horse?
No, the creek is over there. Perhaps next time we can be more hospitable.
Much obliged.
I wish I knew for sure. Maybe he's one of the two who followed us. I would kill him.
Oh, Lupe, no.
I have to leave my friend behind. My friend Miguel, there was much shooting. Maybe he was hurt.
You did what you had to do. Do not blame yourself, Manito.
I'll make it up to him. Your gringo friend is gone.
He had a nice face. A kind face. There was something about him.
Elena, this has been hard for you. I'm sorry, my sister.
This stranger would help us if we ask him. Lupe, let me invite him to supper.
No, we don't ask no gringo for supper.
Oh, please, Lupe, please.
No.
It is the custom of our country. Already he thinks my rudeness strange.
Elena.
Listen to Elena this once. Trust me. You've been running and hiding for so long.
Mighty grateful to you, Miss Sandoval. All I've had to eat all day was dust.
My brother is feeling better, and we have so few visitors. You honor us.
Maybe I could trade this in for a knife and fork.
Perhaps you better wait till you taste my cooking.
Vin Bonner. I've heard that name before.
I haven't been in this part of the country before. Miss Elena, that was a mighty fine meal.
It is a pleasure to feed a hungry man.
You will be impatient to leave now. The Hondo Trail is long and rough.
Thank you. But it's late. I might as well bed down outside for the night. Leave early in the morning. Good night. Thanks again.
Senor Bonner,
Sorry, Elena. What is it?
my brother says that you are called the sick shoot.
Sometimes.
Why do you come to our canyon?
All right. I should have told you. I came for him, for Lupe.
I will take you to him.
He is here.
He is here. But you will not need your gun. He came home last night. Came home to die, sick with a fever. Jose and I, we bury him this morning. We had our land, our sheep. But Lupe was the hungry one. He couldn't wait. So he robbed that stage.
Stage? Lupe was wanted for stealing horses.
He never stole a horse in his life, nor anything, till he robbed that stagecoach.
Did he bring the money back here?
Some of it. That is why I'm so afraid.
Somebody's been lying to me right around the clock.
Senor Bonner, that money, what do I do?
Go back to the house, Elena.
Manito, no.
You have overstayed your welcome, senor. I will escort you back to the Mesa Trail.
I'd like to talk about this, son.
No, we don't talk. You tell him, Elena. Tell him I shoot. You know I will.
Yes. Yes, you better go, Senor Bonner.
I'll find my own way. After that, I didn't know what to believe. Elena hadn't told me all the truth about her brother, but I'd sure take her word over Aunt Newton's.
Did you find him?
I found him.
Well, come on, man. What happened?
He's dead.
Dead. Lupe Sandoval dead? I don't believe it.
I saw the grave. He died of fever.
Take you all night to learn that? Oh, was it the woman?
I found out something else.
Yeah, what?
That you're a liar. Where are your credentials, Sheriff? Or is that badge just a cover for a bounty hunter?
What bounty are you talking about?
The one Lupe took off the stagecoach. How much was it?
So the girl told you. So I'm a bounty hunter. That kid got around $5,000. And he wouldn't blow it all in Mexico. I know he brought some home with him. The way I figured, Bonner, you and me, we could split it 50-50.
We just walk down to the canyon, take the money and ride off.
The girl will talk. You're the boy to sweeten her up.
10 cents worth of tin. Drop the gun. Now the gun belt. You stay out of that canyon. Don't you bother those people again.
You think you can grab all that money yourself?
Now you get on your horse and get out of here.
I'll fix you for this. I'll fix you good.
Senor Bonner.
You always work so hard?
Not always. Not when I have a guest.
Where's your brother?
Oh, he's fixing the fence. He won't be back till supper time.
I hope you're right. Do you know a man named Aunt Newton?
Yes. He's been here asking for Lupe.
He's a malo, a bad one. He knows you have the money here.
Is that why you came here? To warn me?
I don't know. Maybe I'm horning in, but get rid of it. It's blood money. It'll only cause you sorrow.
Oh, I knew you would say that. Come. I will show you. There is over $2,000. More than I have seen in all my life.
2,000. What happened to the rest?
I don't know. Horses, bribes, places to hide. Take it, please, out of this house. Take it and go.
You'd trust me with this? A stranger?
You are not a stranger.
Elena, that's one of the nicest compliments I ever had, but Jose is the man of the house. I must speak to him first.
Let me tell him after you've gone.
You can't protect him forever.
How many times must a man tell you?
Put the gun down, Lupe.
I told you, my name is Jose. Jose Sandoval.
I think not. I think Jose is buried in the grave yonder.
You told him?
No, she didn't tell me. She's a loyal sister. I knew for myself.
That's true?
Yes, Manito. He knows. He knows everything.
Took a lot of courage, Lupe, with the price on your head. So you figured to pass for your brother?
Yeah. Now you come to arrest me, huh?
No, I haven't the authority for that.
Oh. Miguel is dead?
I buried him.
Miguel is dead. Because of me.
You owe him something. Will you come back with me?
To jail?
To stand trial for the holdup.
Yeah. We go whenever you're ready.
Saddle your horse, Lupe.
Going somewhere, Lupe? You're kind of careless, Bonner. You should have searched me for a pellet gun. Had a nice family reunion.
Give him the money, Elena.
Now your boys will just shed your hardware.
Lupe!
That's right, kid. Do like your amigo tells you. Feels sort of light, querido. Where's the rest of it?
There isn't any more.
You've got it all. Lupe spent the rest.
I'm not asking you. There was $5,000 on that stage. You got some more around here somewhere.
No.
No? Don't you lie to me. Where is it?
You've got it all. What more do you want?
You're a sucker, Bonner. You must have it hid around here somewhere. I want to look at that grave you dug. Bring that shovel. All right, move. Come on, all of you. Now, name me a better place to hide money. All right, boy, over here.
Come on, move.
All right, boy, start digging.
Do as he says, Loopy.
No. I don't dig anything. You killed my friend.
Bonner? Now you pick up that shovel. Or I'll kill him. All right, Bonner, now you dig, huh?
Wait, please, senor. I beg you. Do not disturb the grave of my brother.
Now do as I tell you. Dig.
This is for Miguel!
Dana, no. It'd be no better.
This is my home. I must stay here.
Gonna be all right?
A woman can always manage. Are you coming back?
Sure I will.
When, Big Bonner?
I'll be back sooner than you think. On the Circle 8. We had a plow due in on the stage, so I was on my way to town.
Now, don't you keep Ben waiting around while you decide between Dimity and Calico.
I won't, Daddy.
Here's a little extra so you can buy both.
Thank you.
Now, you take good care of her, Vint.
I'll do that, sir. You lose your head? How come the free beer?
Election bet!
Look, when you got your things ready, I'll carry them for you. I'll be over there.
Drinking Gallagher's free beer?
No. Waiting for the new plow.
Howdy, Vint. How do, Miss Celia?
Hello, Sheriff.
You sure picked the right day to come into town.
You managed to keep the peace?
Yep.
Hey, Skinny. That's the hotel? Yeah. 4 bits a day in advance.
Josie Collins live here?
Who'd you say?
Josie Collins. This where she lives?
Yeah. This is where she lives, all right.
She in?
Well, judging from the time she was having last night, I'd say she was all in.
Free beer. The boys are having a little fun.
Well, there can't be too many rooms in this place. I'll find her myself.
First room at the top of the stairs.
Josie don't send that fresh kid packing, I'll run her out of town. And if you let him buy booze for that gin-soaked old harridan, I'll run you out of town.
Josie, she'll pat him on the head and send him on his way. All right, Vint, how about that beer?
Later. I gotta pick up my plow.
All right, boys, you want any more?
It was lunchtime and past before Celia was through shopping, so I bought her a steak at the Cattleman's Rest next door.
That was a good lunch. Thanks.
I'll bet you they don't feed you that way back east.
I like it better here. This is where I belong.
Hadn't had a robbery in a long time. So the young stranger, the one who had asked for Josie Collins, was naturally suspect. Celia and I, being witnesses, were asked to identify him.
Zach, I don't know why Celia has to be dragged into this. Well, I'm sorry, Josiah, but we need every witness we can get. McCann says that Smith is the same height and build, all right, but that's as far as he'll go. Clint, I was counting a lot on you. You seen this kid close to when he got off the stage yesterday.
Yes, I did. But I wasn't close to when the robbery happened. I couldn't say it was Smith, not in good conscience.
Well, you saw how seedy he was dressed when he pulled into town yesterday. Well, last night when he showed up at Gallagher's, he had $1,000 on him.
Sheriff, this Smith, where does he say he was at the time of the holdup?
Claims he talked to Josie Collins for a while. And he went down the outside stairs and spent a couple hours walking.
Did Josie back him up in this?
Josie left town late yesterday. Went out on the return trip of the stage while we were out looking for Smith.
But, Zach, the kid didn't have a horse, remember? He came in on the stage. The hold-up man ran down the alley and jumped on his horse.
Yes, and who gave him a horse, Sheriff, and $700 more than the bandit got in the holdup?
And another thing. Would he pull a hold-up and then run right into your arms?
This kid might. He's got more gall than a timber wolf. You think I held up the express office, he says. All right, prove it.
Well, he's right. I thought everyone was innocent until proven guilty.
Celia, you're here to identify this man, if you can, not to argue with the sheriff. All right, Zach.
Come on.
Well, I'll say this for you, lawman. You sure try hard.
Miss Austin, I'd like to have you take a look at this prisoner. Tell me if he's the man you saw run out of the express office yesterday.
I can't say. Everything happened too fast.
You mean you won't say this is the man?
It isn't fair. If the answer has to be yes or no. No.
Well, looks like I'll have to turn him loose. Thanks anyway.
Zach will see to it he's out of town by sundown.
Why?
Why? Well, he's certainly not the type fellow we want around here.
Dad, what are you saying? You know nothing about him.
You heard him. Refused to tell where he got the money. Refused to state his reasons for coming here. The sooner he's out of town, the better. No room here for his kind.
If I was you, I'd be out of town before dark.
Sorry, Sheriff. I ain't hardly seen your town yet. Except Gallagher's saloon and your crummy jail. I think I'm gonna like it here. Saw one piece of scenery I thought was real pretty.
Now, you look at here, Smith.
Never did care for that name, Sheriff. Back home, they used to call me the Concho Kid. And that name I like. Now, you take care now.
man.
Now, wait a minute, Mr. Austin.
Get out!
Johnny, wait!
Celia, go to your room. How did he get out here?
He rode out here. He invited me to take a ride with him, and I did. We had a fine time.
Celia, this isn't the kind of
You
fellow...
ordered me to my room. I'm going. Bent, will you see that my horse is taken care of, please?
The gall of him. No work kid like that in my Celia. Well, the first question he asked when he got here was, where could he find Josie Collins?
Look, I don't hold any brief for any of this, but all I say is no one really knows anything about the boy.
I know all I need to know about him.
Yes, sir. Well, I guess you got yourself a problem.
Hey, what's going on?
I just broke out of jail.
Oh, you've been out with Smith.
Look, I don't like to sneak out to see him, but Dad's left me no other choice.
Now, look, Celia, I can't help you disobey your father.
You gonna tell him?
Well, not this time, but I won't do this again.
You won't have to. Johnny's coming for me tomorrow night. He told me so. We're gonna go someplace where nobody knows us, and we're going to get married. Then Dad can either accept my husband or throw us both off of his land.
Oh, I see. How old is the Concho kid?
19.
Has he got a job?
Well, who'd give him a job around here?
Well, maybe he's got some of that 1,000 left. And a flashy horse and a flashy outfit.
He came by that money honestly.
How do you know?
Because he told me so, and I believe him.
All right, Celia, you can sneak off and get married if you want to and break your father's heart. Maybe your own, too. Or you can make an honest effort to bring your father around.
It won't do any good.
Look, honey, from where you sit, your father may be all wrong. But whatever he's doing out of love for you. You say you believe in Johnny Smith. How about having some faith in your dad?
All right. I'll tell Johnny we have to wait.
I do love you, but I love my father, too. What Vince says is true, Johnny. We're both young. We can afford to wait a little if it means marrying with Dad's blessing.
If you want to please your old man, why don't you marry Bonner?
I love you, Johnny.
They'll take you away from me. You'll see. Your father never changed. But you will.
No, I won't.
Yes, you will. You changed already. Bonner gives you a sermon and all the things you said to me last night. Gone.
Oh, it's not gone. It's you who haven't any faith. Just give me a little time. Let me try to convince Dad.
Celia, look, I've been kicked in the teeth too often to believe that anything good's coming my way. Oh, sure, I used to think that if I had a few bucks in my pocket, nifty outfit like this, fine horse, I'd be king. Have everything I'd ever wanted.
No, Johnny, that's not enough. Not for you.
Celia, if a girl like you was to believe in me, I mean, if being my wife was all in all to you, above Bonner, above your father even, well, don't you see, sweetheart? That'd be kind of a sign to me that, well, Celia, I'm asking an awful lot of you. But marry me, right now, like you promised last night.
I want to, Johnny, but I can't. It just wouldn't be right.
Okay. I'm through begging you.
The spring horse races were about the most important occasion in the whole valley.
There he is. You'll have to admit he's handsome.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll admit it, too.
Now there, that's what I mean. Everybody's dead set against him.
On your marks, get set.
You know why I won so easy? My little sweetheart here was cheering for me.
Johnny, I want to talk to you.
Well, I think it can be arranged.
You know, if I was Josiah Austin, I'd spank that girl and horsewhip that loafer.
Well, I'm not much good at giving advice to Lovelock either. If that's the way you feel, I'm glad you're not her father.
Think your nag can beat Flash?
He might.
How much you think so? Enough to bet on him?
Too much to bet on him. Come on, Celia.
Scared?
Johnny.
Stay out of this, Celia. I say you're Mr. Bonner's scared.
I don't like to see a man with a horse he's proud of eat dust. But a loudmouth kid, that's another thing.
Get set!
A lot of horse. What do you want for him?
This guy's not for sale.
500.
I said he's not for sale.
You wish you took that 500.
Put your hands up, boy, and don't move. Turn around, slow.
Your friend the sheriff staked out here too?
Just me.
Well, I was trying to steal your horse. At least to give this town something to talk about. Watching a hanging's more fun than most of these dead heads have had in quite a spell. Let's go.
Hanging's too easy. Besides, it's over too quick. I've got some other plans for you.
What?
I think I'll put you to work right here at the Circle A.
All the hands know that I'm a horse thief? See, they know it too.
Nobody's gonna know about it but you and me.
I'll bet.
That's right, it's a bet.
I'm betting you're a loudmouth with no guts. And that once Celia finds it out, she wouldn't give you the time of day.
Bonner didn't say anything?
No, I never knew a thing about it until Daddy said he was giving you a job on Vince's recommendation.
Well, Bonner gave me this job for just one reason. He thinks I can't do it. And you watch. He'll make it so I can't do it.
Don't say that. Vince's the most fair-minded man in the world.
Well, I got a surprise for good old fair-minded Vince Bonner. Whatever he dishes out, I can take.
It'll be wonderful seeing you every day.
I know, honey. Boss's daughter don't mix with the hired hands. Now, you remember that.
After I'd tried him on everything else, I thought I'd give him a crack at our rock garden. Never knew a ranch yet that didn't have rocks to be cleared.
I see you're keeping busy.
Thanks. There's more rock and shale over on the south slope. You want me to clear that next?
No, I got some chicken coops I want you to whitewash.
Yes, sir.
Let me see that hand.
I'll wash them, teacher.
After you finish here, go over to Jeb. Get him to put something on those blisters.
Thanks, nurse. Back in Kansas, we used to feed our livestock bean cake. Puts weight on them fast and it's cheap.
Missed out we could grow beans here.
Oh, are you kidding? Austin's got plenty of water on the northeast quarter section. Gravity flow. Beans will practically jump out of the ground.
Tell it to vent.
You tell it to vent.
Don't be a fool, kid. Any hand comes up with a good ID, Vent sees you get a bonus.
I'll tell you what, Jeb, old boy. You can take the beans, the bonus, and Bonner. I give them to you free and clear.
Smith. Thanks for the tip about the beans.
Jeb's idea.
The last idea Jeb had was to raise on a busted flush. It's a good idea. Why disown it?
Well, I never did hold with bringing an apple to the teacher. Or beans either.
Come in. Sit down, Johnny. I expect you want to know why I sent for you. Well, they've found the thief that robbed the express office. Also, we had a bet, remember? I said something about...
all mouth, no guts.
Yeah. Well, I think I was wrong. Sid, you think so, too. You know, there's a lot to this woman's intuition business. And Celia's quite a little woman.
Mr. Bonner, I'd like to tell you something.
Go ahead.
Well, first off, Josie Collins was my mother.
What?
Was. She's dead now. Over in Centerville, all alone, in a shack.
I'm sorry, Johnny.
Well, she gave me that $1,000. Sent it to me. That's how I knew I had a mother. Who she was. And where. I was raised in an orphanage back in Kansas, and I was found out to a farmer. And always, I dreamed about finding my folks. Well, I found her.
Celia know this?
No? I guess I better be moving on.
Why?
Well, I ain't got no right to see you. With my family tree, I can see that now.
Johnny, that's one good thing about this part of the world. It's what you are yourself that counts.
I'd have to tell her.
I think so.
And her father?
Her father, too.
He'd never in the world.
But not right now. Not for a while yet. You just go on doing like you have been doing. Finishing your job day by day. And I imagine in a little while he'll come around.
If we don't smash them thieving redskins now, next time it'll be us that gets smashed.
We got witnesses that seen two of Tashuka's braves do the stealing.
Punish the thieves, not the whole tribe.
You've been living peacefully with Tashuka for quite a spell now. Why upend the wagon?
They raided the warehouse, stole our grain right out from under us.
All I know is you start a war, maybe you win, maybe you don't. But there are going to be some people here it won't make any difference to, maybe you.
You expect us to stand around whilst they skin us like coyotes?
Why don't you talk to Tashuka? Ask him to turn the thieves over to you. He's a pretty reasonable old rascal. I know, I used to trade horses with him.
Say, it might be worth a try. Better than putting up our scalps for grabs.
They don't want a war either.
Why don't you go in and talk to them, Bent? He's done business with them before. He said so.
Now listen, I was just coming through town. All of a sudden I started to worry that maybe the town had bitten off more than I could chew. At least I'd learned one thing. It's downright foolish to speak up at public meetings.
You must know, Bonner, that I cannot allow any of my people to suffer the white man's justice.
Well, Chief, from what you say, we both know that they're guilty. In the treaty, it says that wrongdoers will be punished by the peoples whose laws they've broken. It's the white man's laws that have been violated.
No, I cannot give them up.
I can promise a fair trial. As if by your own people. If you refuse, however, the men of the town will come and there will be bloodshed. I cannot stop them. Warriors will die. On both sides. They wrangled a long time, but you could tell that Tashuka didn't want to risk a war if he could get out of this thing honorably.
My people have sworn to a treaty. They will honor it.
Your people have made a wise decision.
But I must have your word.
Trial will be fair.
More than that, we have agreed to abide by your law. Then your people must promise to abide by ours, if ever they enter our midst.
I promise.
Running Fawn, are you ill?
No, it is nothing.
You are sure?
I am sure, my father.
The logs belong by the fire.
The prisoners will rise.
The jury finds you guilty. Since this is first offense, 60 days.
They got off light. Too light. But I guess it's better than war. Ed and me, that's the missus. We'd be pleased if you had supper with us tonight, Mr. Bonner.
Thank you very much. I'll go to the hotel and change my shirt.
Pick you up in half an hour. Bonner, glad we listened to you.
Don't mention it.
Well, I guess this calls for a drink, huh?
Come on out. Come on out. What are you doing in there?
I come to you to be with you always.
Yeah, well,
Bonner is kind to Running Fawn.
sure, let loose. Let loose. Would you let loose? Let loose. Oh, come on in here.
But you say come on out.
Yeah, I did, didn't I? Well, look, I'll go in and you stay here. Now, Running Fawn,
I follow you always.
Yeah. Well, you can't do it tonight because I'm going out and I've got to get dressed. So I want you to...
I help.
Running Fawn, you can't stay here. What with the other Indians? What are you doing? Now, I'm perfectly capable of dressing myself.
I have many skills. I make moccasins for you.
Well, thanks, but I just don't use them.
You will like mine. I chew leather 2 days to make soft. Very strong teeth. See?
Charming.
Bonner.
Who is it?
Sam Tapley. The missus and me, we come by to pick you up.
Sam, you stay right there. I'll be right out.
We'll come on right in and set a spell till you're ready.
Don't do that, Sam. Don't do that, Sam. It's kind of stuffy in here. I'll be out in a minute. Now, you sit right there and you don't make a sound. After I leave, you go home. Please. Sam,
What's that?
I don't think I'll be able to make it tonight.
Something wrong, Mr. Bonner?
Well, I don't feel very well, to tell the truth.
Sorry to hear that. Well, some other time.
Running Fawn, will you get on your horse and go home?
I cannot leave you.
And I can't take you out through the lobby with all those people. Take you home tomorrow. Let me loose. Now, you sleep on the bed.
I do not wish to sleep.
Well, then, chew on some leather. How'd I get here?
I pick you up. Very strong.
You picked... Where did you sleep?
There. Like proper squaw.
Well, proper squaw, I'm going to take you back to the village before I get in any more trouble. Good morning, ladies. Running Fawn, I'm sorry if I've been a little rough on you, but I want you to go home and stay there. Now, scat. Hello, Chief Tashuka.
Bonner, my friend.
I have good news for you. Your men were treated fairly, and they got off with a light sentence.
Thank you, I have heard.
Well, you still look worried.
There is a matter of grave concern. My daughter. No one has seen her since yesterday.
Oh, well, she'll probably turn up. Maybe she's off with some young brave, picking wildflowers.
This is a sad thing for me, but my braves do not look with favor upon Running Fawn.
Running Fawn?
The daughter of a chief, and she cannot find a mate.
That's too bad, but... Oh, she'll find someone any day now.
To appear before me with a young man would be a most welcome sign of vows between them. I would then hasten to unite them in the ancient marriage ceremony of my people.
Well, that sounds real fine, Chief. I gotta get back to town now. I see you some other time. Give me some cider.
Well, here he is, the sagebrush Casanova. I don't blame you for weaseling out on us last night. You're a sly one, Bonner.
Cut it out, will you? It wasn't that way at all. I went to talk to the chief. Stop it, will you? I went to talk...
Bonner, I come back to be near you again.
She's the one?
Running Fawn belongs to Bonner.
Well, Bonner disowns Running Fawn. You're going home. Where's your horse?
Come on, boys.
Bonner, my daughter tells me you look with favor upon her.
Chief, I can explain this.
You are together. It is a sign for which I have waited.
It's a sign I can't get rid of her.
Twice she left our village for you. Once she did not return until morning.
Vint, is this true?
Look, let me explain and...
It's too late to explain. You will marry Running Fawn.
Marry? What have you been telling him?
It is a law of our people. When a man and woman find acceptance in each other's eyes, they marry.
Now look, we're old friends, Chief, and if you'll just give me a chance to explain,
You cannot refuse. I honored white man's law. I gave you thieves. Now you honor Indian law. You marry my daughter.
I can't do it.
If my daughter is not Bonner's squaw by sundown tomorrow, it will be a sign of war between our people.
What do we do now, Sheriff?
I know what to do.
Look, put that thing away. Won't do any good. Besides, the rest of the tribe knows all about this.
That is true. Thank you. But it does nothing. It's marriage or war.
Well, Bonner, I guess the rest is up to you. I'll have Edna take care of the girl to the ceremony. You go get ready.
Well, wait. I was in a fix, and then I knew what I had to do. There are times when a man has to face facts without flinching. The only manly thing to do was to run.
Going someplace? Thought you might try something like this. Haven't you got any feelings of sympathy?
Yeah, for me.
How about the town?
Easy, boy. I like you.
We're interested in stopping the war, and you're the only one that can do it.
Marriage ain't that bad. Look at me. I've been happily married to Mrs. Tapley for 25 years.
Have you seen the girl?
Well, a man can get used to anything. Now, you give me your promise you'll stay in town nice and peaceful till the knot's tied.
I'll give you my promise I'll get out of here the first chance I get.
Then we better put you someplace where we know you're going to be safe. Now move.
Get going. Go on. I thought he is in the jail, but you're too chummy with the sheriff. This back room is strong enough.
Just like a prisoner, huh?
Well, let's just consider you a prisoner of love. And don't try that window up there. It's barred. And we'll have a guard on the door, too. Come on, boys. Pleasant dreams. You'll be safe enough in here.
How did you get in here? What happened to the guard?
I hit him over the head. I watched from the house. You do not wish to marry Running Fawn.
No, I'm sorry, Running Fawn. I don't.
I want my Bonner to live in happiness. Go. Be free.
You know, Running Fawn, there's more to you than meets the eye.
That Bonner. When a man's threatened by marriage, his character goes all to pieces. You shouldn't have let him out of your sight for a second.
I hope no one will come to harm because of me.
I just can't get it through my head why you let him go when you was so all fired up to marry him.
I wish Bonner to want me for myself, not because other people say he must. You understand?
Yes, dear, I do. A woman would.
I couldn't do it. Oh, I'm a coward where females are concerned, but if the chief meant what he said, there would be a lot of dead people in this town soon.
Bonner, you have come back.
Hey, Vince, you're a brave man after all. Out of your mind, but brave.
Yeah, well, I took a little ride on my horse, and I thought things over, and I decided that, well, Running Fawn and I are going to be married.
Great. The war's off.
Wonderful. Did you hear that, Running Fawn? Bonner's going to marry after all.
No.
What?
Now, wait a minute.
What did you say?
I am the daughter of a chief. A suitor must ask for my hand. In proper style.
Well, now, look, let's just cut out the nonsense, shall we?
Proper proposal or no wedding.
If there's no wedding, this town could be a wheat field by tomorrow night.
All right.
She's holding the reins.
You said it.
Proper proposal.
All right. Running Fawn, will you do me the honor to become my squaw, wife, will you?
Yes, Bonner.
Mr. Bonner, I'll fix your little bride up so pretty for the wedding you won't even recognize her.
I'm so happy.
Come on.
Oh, congratulations, Vince. Oh, this is beautiful. Let me congratulate you, Vince.
I am different. No?
Couldn't believe my eyes for a moment, but when I did, I got the glimmering of an idea. It wasn't much, but it did have a chance.
Yes. You're a lot different. You know what? I think tomorrow I'll take my little bride to be out for a ride. We'll show Tashuka's braves just what they're losing.
Deadline for the the wedding, that is, was sundown. By now, Tashuka's war party was sure to be on its way, and I had only one card to play. It had to do with an old Indian custom.
Howdy, Chief. Bonner, is this a trick?
Trick? Oh, no, Chief. I'm just taking my bride-to-be for a little drive before our wedding this afternoon.
The ceremony must take place by sundown.
Oh, by all means. Nothing could stop my wedding to your daughter, the beautiful Running Fawn.
My braves ask that I point out to you a tradition of our tribe.
Oh, tradition?
Wherever possible, a daughter of a chief is to marry one of her own tribe.
Oh, I see.
In all honesty, I do not. They never showed this interest in running fawn before. I told them she was promised to you. The decision is yours. Do you wish to release her from her vow? If you refuse, I will forbid them to speak of it again.
Oh, no, I don't refuse, Chief. What I mean is I do not wish to violate any of your traditions.
You respect our ways, Bonner. Therefore, I have answered to your problem.
You do?
I propose a test of strength in the tradition of our tribe.
Test of strength?
If one of my braves would win running fawn from you, he must first prove himself to be the stronger warrior.
I see. Yeah. Both of them?
It's tradition. We may shake her. Whoever has the strength of arms to throw the other shall be declared the winner.
I was pretty good at this sort of thing, if I do say so myself, so my only problem was to make this look good. Since there were two of them, I figured I'd let the second brave win running fawn, and I'd be on my way.
Chief, losing running fawn is the saddest moment of my life, but it is better that she marries a man of her own tribe.
You have made a noble sacrifice. They also wish to challenge you in a test of strength.
Well, why don't they fight him? He won.
Later they will decide among themselves who shall have running fawn. Now they wish only to show themselves worthy of asking for her hand.
Well, all four of them?
It's tradition.
Tradition.
So I had to lose the next one. And the next. And the next. And so on. Surprising how far a man will go to keep from getting hooked. Question is, was it worth it? Son, you're the only horse I know who gets spring fever. It's a nice day for it. One of those days when nothing is going to happen and you just don't care. In the shape I'm in, if anything did happen, I couldn't happen back at it. Coming into Hope Springs. There's a town that has spring fever 12 months out of the year.
What's the story, Sheriff?
He's dead.
That makes 3 of them. Same as murdered. It is murder.
Well, we don't know who they are or how many there is of them. But they're a good-sized outfit. They've killed 3 men in one holdup and got away with $20,000. Now, they're not going to be easy to bring in or to catch. But they know we're hunting them, and we'll hang them.
I'm with you all the way, Mr. Rayburn.
We're all with you, Sheriff. All right. And we've got our posse. Go get your guns and your horses, and we'll meet here in half an hour.
Right.
Howdy, Vin.
Hi there, Sheriff Rayburn.
Well, you picked sort of a tore-up day to come visiting.
Sounds like you got your work cut out, Sheriff.
It's real bad.
I didn't hear the whole thing. What happened?
Well, a bunch of road agents rode out of nowhere this morning and stopped the Greasewood stagecoach.
The hard way.
3 people killed. That was the shotgun guard that just died. See, I'd sure appreciate it if you ride out with us, Vin.
I'm afraid not. I'm riding kind of slow and easy these days. I'm a little too stiff to be of much use.
You haven't got rheumatism at your age?
No. I was standing in the wrong place when a bullet went by. I stopped it. It's not quite healed yet.
Oh, I see.
Anyway, good luck.
Well, same to you, Vin. And keep your eyes open.
I'll stay awake. It's just as important for a man to know when he shouldn't volunteer. When he's going to be more of a hindrance than a help, that's the time. It takes gumption, though. And it leaves you feeling a little lonesome. Still, when you're babying a gunshot wound, you can't be doing a lot of other things at the same time.
off your horse.
If I'd had the use of both arms and a drawn gun in each, I'd have still been sunk. A dozen men would have been just as trapped as I was.
That's far enough. Drop your gun.
Rifles behind every rock, and just me in the middle of them. Not one of them moved an inch.
Throw over your poke. Don't move.
Cool down here in the shade. Why don't you ask your friends up there to join us?
Think you're pretty smart, don't you?
Matter of fact, I think you're pretty smart, too. Though usually girls your age are mostly beginning to think about boys. Where you live, kid?
None of your business.
All right. I can just tie you on your horse and let him lead us to your home.
Why did you have to come along when you did? I had it all figured out.
I take it you're a little new with the road agent business. Though that boom handle gun is pretty sharp. Where'd you get that one?
Out up all by myself.
Yeah, good. Of course, people been thinking that one up for the last 2,000-3,000 years. In the war, we called those Quaker guns. What's your name?
Letty. Letty Belknap.
Mine's Bonner, Vint Bonner. Let's see, I used to know a Belknap around these parts. Jim Belknap, a rancher. He never told me he had a daughter, though.
Just like him. He wouldn't.
Why not?
All he thinks about is George.
George?
George Belknap.
Oh, your brother.
He thinks the sun rises and sets on him just because he's a boy. I can outride and outshoot that smart aleck any day of the week.
Well, why would you want to? Tell me, how did you happen to get in this line of work? It's a little unusual for a girl. I mean, a woman.
Cattle Carey was a road agent, and so was Bess Monahan. And they were good ones, too.
Of course, I never knew Bess Monahan, but I knew Cattle Carey pretty good.
You did?
Yeah. Ugly as a board fence. Matter of fact, she was too ugly to even hang. Used to hang around saloons and cadge drinks and tell lies about what a great road agent she used to be. People used to laugh at her.
Well, they don't laugh at all road agents.
No, they don't laugh at all, road agents. Some of them are not very funny. They, hang them.
Well, they'd have to catch me first.
Oh, yeah, well, that shouldn't be too hard. I caught you. The next party coming this way wouldn't leave enough of you to grease an axle with.
Next party?
Yeah. The posse from Hope Springs.
Posse?
While you were setting up your little playhouse out here this morning, there was a real holdup. A stagecoach holdup.
How much did they take?
$20,000 and 3 lives.
You mean they killed people?
Uh-huh. Decent, hard-working men making a living for their families the slow way. By working for it.
That's awful.
It happens all the time in those dime novels you read. Except they leave out the part about the thieves getting hung. I guess that's not exciting. Say, what would your father do if he found out how you spent your morning?
Take a board to me.
And you'll be getting off easy at that.
How is he gonna know?
Because I'm going to tell him when I take you home.
That's the meanest thing I ever heard. What are you looking for?
This gorge is kind of spooky. A natural trap. A young road agent like yourself can figure that out. I guess a professional could, too.
You put your hands up again, Mr. Bonner.
Now, what are you up to?
I'm going my way, and you're going yours. And if you come near my house...
All right. You know, you look like a young lady who could be right smart if you put your mind to it. Now, there's one thing you ought to learn. Who's that? One thing you've got to learn.
What are you going to do? No!
Do something your father's going to thank you for.
You're real pleased with yourself, don't you?
Yeah, anytime I see nonsense, I'm pleased with myself when it's all over.
Get him up, both of you.
Anyone you know?
No.
Climb down.
Then take a good look at your first real road agent. Climb down. Gang must be splitting up.
Looks like everybody's splitting up in little bunches. I'll take your guns and your horses. First time I ever saw a girl in a posse.
Now, this is what I was talking about before. See what's bad about it?
I said I'll take your guns.
There's a right way and a wrong way to do everything, and he's doing it the wrong way.
I don't think you understood me. I said I'll take your guns.
Right away, but you see, I was trying to explain to the young lady a while back. She had ambitions to be a road agent, and
All right. You can stop now. Yeah, it's a good thing I was in the neighborhood. This is as far as you go, lawman.
just to set the record straight, I'm not a lawman.
That don't matter at all.
What are you gonna do?
Just you wait and see. I'm gonna take care of this smart friend of yours for good.
Sheriff Rabin was a man who knew his job. He and his men killed or captured the rest of the gang. He was mighty glad to get the last two and the money.
Well, they're the men, all right. And they'll last long enough to hang. How did it happen?
Well, I don't know exactly. I guess they wanted our horses. First this one showed up, and then this one came along.
I gotta hand it to you, Vince. For a wounded man, you're still a tough one to tackle.
I don't deserve the credit. If Miss Belknap hadn't been here, I'd have been in real trouble.
Looks like the going-ons here were just too much for her.
I better follow her and see that nothing happens to her. What's the matter? Letty.
I never shot a man before.
Well, in your line of work, you'll have to get used to that.
But I could have killed him. Me, Letty Belknap.
Well, maybe you were lucky again.
Lucky? Do you call shooting two men lucky?
Well,
If you'd been on the other end, you'd be the one that was shot, and nobody would have minded. That's right. Get it all out. You learn anything today, Letty?
I've learned a lot.
What?
The difference between real and make-believe.
That's quite a lot. Most people go through their whole lives and never learn that. It says someplace in the book that experience is a dear teacher. That means expensive.
It says, too, that a fool will learn with no other.
Yes, I think it does someplace.
How are you, Letty?
Hi, Lonnie.
Been hunting?
Just riding around, sort of.
That's your bow?
I haven't got a bow.
Well, you ought to have.
It's a puzzlement to me why you ever went to that neighborhood in the first place.
You don't expect anything she does to make sense, do you? Well, she always acts like she's been eating sour grass.
Nobody asked you anything. Letty, I've told you until I'm tired of the telling. A half-grown gal has got no business riding off in all directions.
Well, it's a good thing for me she was out there today. She handled the situation just like a grown man.
I'd rather she start acting like a grown lady. If it's all the same to you.
You're not going to sit around waiting for that to happen, are you?
You've always got something smart to say, haven't you?
Now look, you two. You start fighting, and I'm going to take a board to the both of you.
You couldn't act like a lady.
You hear me?
It's a pity you were out being a cowboy. Lonnie Hawkins came a-calling, and you weren't here.
Sure he wasn't coming to see me.
Oh, I wouldn't be sure. Maybe he wanted to ask you to the square dance.
What's so funny about that? Why shouldn't a young fella ask her to a square dance?
Oh, nothing. They come around doing it all the time. Well, fellas just can't stay away from a biggity old girl in blue jeans that always wants to fight.
Just one more word out of you, and I'm going to take my belt to you.
Well, I guess I better run along.
Oh, you're not going already, then? You ain't been here long enough to let your saddle cool.
Well, I hate to eat and run, Jim, but I've got something in town I got to do.
And you come again.
I'll see you later. So long, Eddie.
Bye.
You probably go to that square dance in blue jeans if I...
I've had enough. Now, you two, shut up and eat your food. Go on now.
Howdy, Mr. Walker.
Well, howdy, Sheriff.
I guess the company was glad to get their money back.
That they were, Sheriff, that they were. In fact, they asked me to convey their special thanks to you and Mr. Bonner here, and to the young lady.
That's what we wanted to talk about. Did they mention anything about a reward?
Well, no. I'm just as sorry as I can be, Mr. Bonner, but there just isn't any reward. This whole business came and went so quick. Nobody had time to post one.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of that.
That sure seems a shame, don't it?
Yeah, it does.
That little girl doing all that good? How about that, Ben?
I always thought that virtue should be rewarded.
Well, you've got a point there, Mr. Bonner.
He sure has. You know, you people owe that little girl something. Why, for all you know, she may have prevented the whole epidemic of stagecoach robberies and such. Could have drove you people clean out of business.
Only trouble was she stopped it too quick. We generally don't post any rewards till after we lose money.
Well, now, Mr. Walker, it wouldn't have to be a very big reward.
And if you're not going to pay any reward at all, well, maybe nobody will bother to even stop people from holding up your stages.
Well, how much of a reward did you have in mind?
Well, let's see, how much was it they took?
20,000?
20,000. That's quite a lot of money. No.
Want to be sure it's enough.
Yeah, I guess you're right. How about $12?
Howdy, Mr. Bonner.
Hi, George. Say, where's Letty?
Oh, there's never any telling with her. Hey, Letty, a fella come to see you.
Well, Vince, don't tell me that you found some more road agents.
Well, no, Jim, but the day's still young yet.
Hello, Mr. Bonner.
Hi there, Letty. I got something for you.
For me?
Yeah. It's kind of a reward from the stagecoach company.
I don't want a reward for shooting anybody.
Now, Letty, they don't give rewards for shooting people. They give rewards for helping out their business. Here, take it. Go on inside.
Why?
Well, go on inside in case you like it. Now, Scoot, what?
Vince, it is amazing how quick a country can grow up in it.
Amazing how quick anything can grow up.
Almost before you notice it. Hey, company's coming. Oh, Lenny. You, just traveling or going someplace?
Just idling around, Mr. Belknap. Yeah.
You, know Mr. Vince Bonner?
I saw him a while ago, riding with Letty. I don't see Letty around. Oh, she went to a room a while back, and that's the last anybody ever saw of her.
Hey, that's right. Vince Bonner, is anything funny going on around here?
Huh? Oh, no, nothing at all.
Well, what in the world is that?
Well, I never.
You laugh and I'll beat your head in.
Letty, I'd say you've gone beyond fighting with the boys. Wouldn't you, Vince?
About right.
Well, what are you gaping at?
Well, is that what you're going to wear to the square dance?
Wasn't planning on going to any square dance.
Well, when you do plan on going.
Letty, why don't you let him take you? Shucks, he can't help it because he's bashful.
Well, I guess I better be traveling.
Well, might as well stay a spell.
I'm behind schedule now. Goodbye. Goodbye, Letty.
Vince?
a big day's doings. You know, it isn't every day you can watch a child turn into a grown woman. Not unless you're lucky. Push a horse or a man just so far. I don't usually push Scar to the limit, but this time a man's life depended on my testimony.
Sheriff Cullen?
Yeah?
My name's Bonner, Vint Bonner.
Mr. Bonner, what can I do for you?
Well, I've got the proof here that John Delaney didn't kill Miles Rowley.
What?
Affidavits from 3 different people. He was with me that night, over 50 miles away. John?
You're too late, Bonner. Delaney was tried and found guilty. He was hung yesterday morning.
He was what?
The evidence was all against him. There was nothing on his side. The jury found him guilty.
But you hung an innocent man.
Innocent?
Read the affidavits. I had to look up the people that were with us that night. I've written day and night. Where'll I find his wife?
A mile out of town. South.
My name's Bonner, son.
So you're Vint Bonner, John's old friend.
I came as quickly as I could.
Did you stop at the cemetery and explain it to John?
The letter must have arrived late.
John wrote over a month ago. What's the matter, Mr. Bonner? Didn't you think it was important?
A month?
John counted on you. He knew every bit of evidence was against him. But he was sure his friend Vint would come through.
Mrs. Delaney.
You keep your hands off my mother.
You're making a mistake, Mrs. Delaney. You're blaming me for something I had no control over.
All I can see is a man who might have saved John's life. And didn't get here.
My mom wants you to leave, Mr. Bonner.
I can't say as I blame you.
Oh, Mr. Bonner, I'd like to talk to you. My name is Mason, George Mason. I defended John.
Well, Mr. Mason, I'm a tired man. I'm going to get some sleep.
I heard about you from Sheriff Cullen.
And you probably know the rest of the story.
By now, most of the town has heard.
Couldn't you have gotten a delay?
I did, twice. But the town was kind of upset.
Yeah. Well, the town hung an innocent man because it was kind of upset.
May I give you a little advice?
Mrs. Delaney just gave me some advice. She advised me to leave town.
Mrs. Delaney was right.
Well, I'm going to get some sleep. I want to go over the whole case with you.
For what reason?
Because I'm going to find out who killed Miles Rowley.
Mr. Bonner?
That's right.
I'm Judge Wayne. May I come in?
I understand you were a friend of John Delaney's.
I was.
I've been a judge for almost 30 years, but I never thought I'd live to see such a day as this. A day I'd find out that I had condemned an innocent man.
The jury found him guilty.
But I was the one who sentenced him to be hanged. You may not be able to understand this, but I was a good judge.
Look, Judge, I don't know who's to blame. Maybe you are. Maybe the jury. Maybe the sheriff. Maybe the whole town of Dobie. But I'm tired. I'd like to get some rest.
I'm sorry, Mr. Bonner. But since you were a friend of John's, I wanted you to know how I felt. It wasn't easy coming here. Good night.
You see him, Judge?
Yes, I saw Mr. Bonner.
That's what I hear, right?
We hung an innocent man.
And this is Bonner. He's here maybe to make us pay for our mistake?
No, Jed. We'll do that ourselves, each one of us, from now on.
Yeah, well, some of us been talking. We figure this Bonner has said his little piece and ought to get out of Dobie. We figure we won't be needing him around here anymore.
There's no doubt he'll be a conscience for all of us while he's here.
Jed, you're quick-tempered. Take it a little easy.
I got a right to think.
I'm not denying you that right. Just don't act. Bonner's reputation isn't founded on thin air.
Well, now, if I haven't found a gun yet, I mind drawing against, Sheriff. I reckon I'll be doing what I think needs to be done.
Bonner, my name is Rossett. Bert Rossett. I was the prosecuting attorney. I asked for Delaney's hanging, and I got it. We did the only thing we could do on the evidence.
Well, now you've got another job. I want to go over all that evidence with you.
Bonner, wherever you belong, go there.
Mr. Rossett, there's a killer to be found. It's part of your job to help find him.
Maybe, but it sure isn't your job.
I brought the evidence to town that would save John Delaney's life, and I'm not leaving till the man that should have been hung is behind those bars.
People won't like it, Bonner. I'm warning you.
Bert's right. We'll find the man that killed Miles Rowley. It's our job.
I'm staying for a while. I want every fact you've got. I'll consider any man who stands against me as suspect. Now do you want me to leave?
No. I've got a conscience, too. But there are those in town who might just want you out of the way. Not the real killer, just people who are ashamed, who won't want you reminding them of it.
That's a chance I'll take.
You said you wanted to go over the testimony. Bert and I are ready, if you are. First off, Rowley always kept a lot of cash on hand. He didn't have much faith in banks.
John was way behind on the payments on his ranch. He was broke. George didn't get a nickel for defending him.
George? That would be George Mason?
Yes. You see, George was in kind of a funny position. What with being Rowley's attorney, he had to testify that there was $500 or $1,000 in the house.
I'll go on.
Rowley was shot twice with a rifle .45. When we picked up John, his gun had been fired recent and reloaded.
And it was proven that John was out of town.
Mrs. Delaney couldn't say where he was.
He was with me.
Well, we know that now.
I loaned him $500, the amount of the mortgage. Here's the note.
$500 was found on him when he was arrested.
How about the people at the ranch, the foreman?
Well, they were away on roundup. The place was deserted except for Rowley. I've got testimony here that says no man left the camp all night.
Well, you had a good case.
Good enough.
Something to think about, though. John was set up and trapped and legally killed. Whoever caused it felt pretty safe till I got to town. It may take a little while, but someone's going to start getting nervous soon.
Anything I can do, Bonner?
Keep your eye out for a nervous man. Mr. Mason, I'd like to talk to you.
Oh, sure, Bonner. Sit down.
Since you were Riley's attorney, I'd like you to take me out to his place.
I think that'll help.
Couldn't hurt anything.
When do you want to go?
If you're finished right now.
Let's get started.
Bonner!
He's a troublemaker, Bonner.
I've decided you're leaving town, Bonner. Now.
When I'm ready to leave, I'll let you know.
I heard with a gun you're quite a man.
I don't want any trouble. All I want is the man who killed Miles Rowley.
Where you hung him. I'm not too sure about you, Bonner. Or the evidence you brought.
Why don't you just give me a chance to work this out?
We're going to work this out right now.
Get him to the doctor's office.
Baldwin drew first, Sheriff.
It's the beginning, Bonner. Find anything?
How's Baldwin?
He'll live.
Look, Sheriff, when you questioned John, did he say why he used his gun?
He killed a snake.
Well, they had a Groot 45 in his cabinet, too. Did you check it?
It was clean and loaded.
That could have been the gun the killer used.
Possible.
I've covered everything. I'm about at the end of my rope.
Then you're leaving?
Not yet.
Well, until you do, I'm hiring an extra deputy. As long as you're here, I expect trouble. There's no use saying I don't.
I'm sorry, Sheriff. I didn't intend it this way.
When people see you, they see just one thing, Bonner. Their own mistake.
Good afternoon, Judge Wayne.
Mr. Wayne, I've resigned.
I'm sorry to hear that. I think you made a mistake.
Did you sleep well last night, Mr. Bonner?
Yes, sir, pretty well.
Well, until you know what it means not to sleep, don't tell me I made a mistake.
I hope you'll feel differently about this when it's all over.
It'll never be over for me. The years that are left will be haunted years. She'll be haunted in the same way.
It's the wrong way to the Delaney Ranch.
The cemetery is that way, Mr. Bonner.
Miss Delaney, I've got to talk to you.
Haven't you left town yet?
No, ma'am. And it's not easy to stay.
What did you expect?
I've got to have your help.
And why should I help you?
Because John's dead for a crime he didn't commit. I want to find the man who did.
All right, Mr. Boner. I expect John would want me to talk to you.
Thank you.
What do you want?
I've been over and over the evidence. I can't find a thing to point to anyone else. Not a soul.
Seems to me George Mason said some money was stolen.
There was not any proof there was any money in the house. How about relatives? Who stands a chance to inherit Rowley's ranch?
There aren't any. Leastwise, nobody knows of anyone.
Thank you. You may have helped me.
I heard about the shooting this morning.
There'll be others who'll try.
I wanted to when you rode up to our house.
And now?
I hope you find Rowley's killer. That's all I want now.
Thank you, ma'am.
Have you seen Cullen? He just took Judge Wayne to the doctor. What's wrong with the judge?
He shot himself. Is that what you want, Bonner? Are you going to keep walking the streets of Dobie until we're all punished? Because if you are, somebody's going to finish the job that Jed Baldwin started.
Judge is pretty bad. Doc doesn't think he can do much for him.
How did it happen?
The judge hasn't had much to live for since you hit town.
Anything I can do? Money?
No, don't reckon he'll need much.
How about his doctor?
They were old friends.
Look, Sheriff, I think I've got a way to smoke out our man.
What is it?
It has to do with motive. Who stood a chance to inherit the ranch?
Seems to me Mason's been trying to locate the next of kin.
Yeah, but nothing about motive. Only talk of a large sum of money that was kept around the house.
What do you think the motive was?
I can't tell. But something might happen if you let it be known I was riding out to bring back an heir.
Have you found one?
No, but I'm leaving in the morning.
And you want me to spread the word?
That's it. Someone must have stood a chance to gain something by Riley's death. They wouldn't like a relative turning up.
Now, wait a minute here. How'll I say you found out about this heir?
Mason let me go through the house, through the papers.
But the killer, how does he expect to get the ranch?
I don't know, but it's something to do and a way to move.
And you think somebody might be waiting for you when you ride out of town?
That's it. Just say I'm riding north toward Hayworth. I didn't say anything about the name of the person or the address. I kept it to myself.
All right. I'm with you. Like you say, it's something to do.
Thanks. I'm leaving at 8 in the morning.
It sure beats me how he found anything. I thought we went over Miles's papers real good.
No, Bonner's a stubborn man. He don't give up easy.
Well, he's leaving Dobie, and that's good enough for me.
It's for the best.
One of these days you'll think different about him. You're so concerned with your own feelings, you forgot about his.
I didn't forget. You're the only one who had nothing
to be ashamed of? Is that what you want to say?
I guess so.
Well, there's no reason to believe Bonner, and papers can be forged.
Well, let's get back to the card game. He's leaving town, that's that.
get in the back of your head and neck. The warning that makes the difference between staying alive and dying.
Put up your hands. Don't move and don't turn around.
What's the trouble, Mr. Mason?
I didn't make trouble. You came to Dobie. I'm going to kill you.
Just like you killed Miles Rowley.
Not quite. You're going after your gun before I shoot.
How long do you think you can keep it a secret about the air?
Just so long as nobody ever hears from anybody in Dobie.
You didn't kill Rowley for the few dollars he had at the ranch.
Hardly. I managed his business for him. I've been taking money out for years. Miles finally caught on. When he told me what he knew, I did the only thing I could do. I killed him.